Hello everyone, I'm Seth with Exotic Motorsports, and this is our 2011 Mazda Speed3 Sport. This car has just under 98,000 miles on it. Headlight bezels, the fog light bezels are a little faded and has some discoloring. Plastic trim there. Front is peppered with rock chips. There are some hard water spots on the paint as well, which could most likely be removed with some polishing. Chrome badge is a little bit discolored. Hard to get it to show up with that harsh sunlight reflecting off of it. Fog light bezel on this side, also faded. There are some imperfections in the paint, such as the rock chips and swirling, etc., but there does not seem to be any structural issues with it, such as cracking or holes or anything like that. The bumper seems to be pretty well intact, so nothing like that to worry about. Let's check out the hood here. Over the top. Looks pretty good up top there. Up here at the front, there are a few blemishes. Right under the hood here on the top center section of the front bumper, it is peppered with rock chips. And there you can see kind of on the inside of where the hood scoop is, it's a little discolored, it's yellowed. And the headlights do have some corrosion on the lens. They need to be cut and polished. Going over to the driver's side fender here. Does not seem to be any issues there. Driver's side fender looks pretty good. Looking at the front driver's side wheel here, very minor curb rash. There's a few marks on the spokes as well. Nothing horrible standing out to me, just a few little imperfections here and there that you'll see with, vehicles that have a little bit higher mileage. Looking at the mirror cap, there are some imperfections, some blemishes here right towards the center. Those don't appear to be rock chips. I'm not entirely sure what that is. There's some rock chips over here, you can see. The plastic for the base of the side mirror seems to be pretty well off. It doesn't seem to be faded or chipped or anything like that. Going over the front driver's side door. Looks pretty good. Here towards the bottom, there are a few imperfections. It's hard to point out individual ones because they're kind of just in small groups. Some scratches, some discoloring. It almost looks like some kind of sap or residue is built up on the paint. It's really hard to tell what exactly that is. It doesn't look like rock chips because typically those show up white or lighter color. B-pillars have believed to be, looks like hard water spots, which can be kind of difficult to get off of that material. It's kind of the same issue going on up here. Again, I'm not a paint and body expert, but I can tell you those probably should not be there. But again, this car is 9 years old. It was probably somebody's daily driver for a period of time, so these issues are to be kind of expected. Going on the, looking at the rear driver's side door here, a few blemishes there. Look at that guy. That one right there, and there. There's just a few odds and ends throughout the vehicle. Nothing horrible standing out. There is a dent there where the paint is kind of chipped. Kind of hard to really portray what it looks like in person through video, but there is a small dent there. You can see it by the way the dent reflects the light around it. Again, more of the same stuff on the bottom here that we saw on the front driver's side door. Some kind of build up there. Not 100% sure what that is. If it's even showing up in the video. Going to the rear driver's side wheel. I almost can't even call that curb rash. It just looks like scratching from improper tire mounting. It's not even serious enough to call it rash. Just some paint chipping. Yep, just small chips right there on the outside of the lip. There are some chips on the spokes. A little bit of discoloring. But the wheel as a whole does not look bad. Looking at the driver's side rear quarter panel here. Looks pretty good. Going across the rear bumper. No issues there. The rear hatch. Looks good. Back glass, there's no scratches or chips or anything. That is just some polishing compound that can be wiped off. There's a little bit of fading around the rear Mazda emblem, which is pretty common. Going over to the passenger side rear quarter panel here. A couple imperfections. There's a chip on the body line. A little scratch right there. Overall looks pretty good. Looking at the rear passenger side wheel. Very light chipping around the lip of the wheel. Nothing serious there. There are some scratches and imperfections around the wheel as well. There's a few odds and ends, and it looks like there's some paint stuff going on the inside of the barrel there, but nothing serious. Here we have some scuffs and chips on the rear passenger side door. Scratch there, some chipping there on the inside. Scratch there, dent and chip there, the paint is chipped off. Small scratch there. The B pillars are pretty faded, kind of worn. And then there's that blemish and that blemish. Aside from that, aside from those issues on the door, that's all you're gonna find. There's a group of scratches. Kind of starts here at the top, and they're kind of just down right where the front and rear doors meet. Kind of just a group of scratches in roughly about this area here. And then on the inside of the door handle for the front passenger side door, there's a considerable amount of scratching on the inside there, as well as some scuffing, scratches, whatever you want to call it, on the face of the door handle. There's some rock chips down here on the side skirt as well. Looking at the passenger side mirror cap, there are some pretty standard rock chips. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing big and glaring at you, just it's a pretty standard wear. Base side of the base on this side mirror is a little bit worn, sun faded. Front passenger side fender. Pretty good shape. Front passenger side wheel. Doesn't seem to be any chipping along the lip. Like the tiniest little imperfections here. But I'm not even sure if the camera will pick those up at this point. Just a couple issues here on the spokes. But it's really small stuff. Really small stuff. I did miss this earlier. The side of the fog light bezel is chipped there as well. So let's move on to the interior of the vehicle. So it does have driver auto up and down, or I should say auto down, one touch window for the driver's side. It has Bose audio as well. Six-speed manual transmission. Satellite radio. Dual zone climate control. Really neat red dotted dash trim. Auto dimming mirrors. You can see there at the time of me making this video, the vehicle has 97,895 miles. All the buttons are in great shape. None of the plastic is chipped. None of the lettering has been removed or damaged. All the buttons. The interior has been very well taken care of. Cloth centers with leather siding. There's cloth center inserts there. And you can find the same red stitching on the door panel. Door panels are in good shape for the most part. There is some chipping and some wear right there on that door handle. And this side does have a little bit of wear. Nothing horrible. It's very light in my opinion. Rear seats are in excellent condition. And if you have any further questions about this vehicle, feel free to visit our sales listing at www.exoticmotorsportsok.com. Thank you for watching.